giving you an opportunity to get the full story from the people who tell it best. This is Mediacom News Leaders.
And welcome to Mediacom News Leaders. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Carol Kelly. Joining us today is the Executive Director of the Iowa Children's Museum. We've got Jeff Capps. Jeff, welcome.
Carol, thanks for having me on.
So, busy time of year. I'm glad you made time for us.
It is a busy time, but it feels like it's always that. I think we lull ourselves into thinking, oh, this is the season in any organization. Like, this is the season we're not going to be that busy, but we're always busy. So, it's good.
So, tell us, what's going on and what are you most looking forward to around this time of year?
Gosh, there's a lot. I guess the first thing is we're celebrating our 20th anniversary at the mall. So, we had a big free admission day recently. We had over 2,000 people come through the doors on one day. So 20 years at the mall, and that's just been really exciting to see that and kind of connect with people who were involved early on and share stories and just see the impact that we continue to have in that space. And we really consider ourselves a regional attraction, and so we just want to bring more and more people into the fold. So when you look at the number of people that we had at that free event and then look at the zip codes, it was all over the map. So we had, about 50% were from Iowa City, Coralville, North Liberty, but then, of course, Cedar Rapids and parts in between, and then like 11 states represented on that free admission day. So some of that might just be kind of an accident, but we like to think that people are traveling from far and wide to come to our space.
Well, we've got a lot of people coming into the area for the holidays to see family and friends, and then of course the kids are off from school, so why not come to the museum?
We hope that they will, and a lot of things, and of course every organization has those items that they're promoting at the holidays, but one thing we think is particularly attractive from a gift standpoint is a gift membership. So we do have memberships to our museum. We have both family memberships and grandparent memberships, which are very popular. And lots of times those grandparents will gift a membership to their children and grandchildren, or sometimes it's the opposite, where a family will gift a grandparent membership. So we think that's a great opportunity for people, and you can get those on our website, theicm.org, and also gift cards, of course, too. So a lot of opportunities to give that gift of play, as we talk about. And we think there's no better gift than to give that child or give a child that kind of opportunity. So we hope people will take advantage of that.
Well, you have to talk about how affordable it is, because these memberships are just a drop in the bucket. I mean, really.
We think so, yeah. So $145 is the family membership and grandparent membership. So especially if you've got, a couple kids or a few kids, that adds up really fast, when you start thinking about multiple trips to the museum. So yeah, we think it's a great deal. And obviously you have to use it. It's like anything. It's not going to immediately pay for itself unless you come to the museum. But we think it's a great opportunity. We just love our members. We've got 2,000 plus members and member households, and it's just great. It's great to see them there week after week, month after month, and just the relationships that we build with them, that our floor staff builds with those families, and just to see how their kids benefit from it. So we certainly hope that people will think about that at the holidays.
Can we talk about, you've got lots of different exhibits within the museum. Can we say, like, what is the target? Like, what's an age that you're kind of driving and is the meat and potatoes of your audience?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we talk about birth to age 12. I think probably it's more like 2 to 12, but certainly we see newborns there with their big brothers or big sisters, and it's really cool to see that. And I had somebody come in with a baby the other day and onto that free mission day, but like, we think it's, just a couple months away, they're going to be able to start, and so we do have an exhibit that is geared toward under 5. It's called Imagine Acres. It's our farm exhibit, as a lot of people know it, and always very popular, and definitely appeals to that kind of younger set. And there's a gate that closes, so it feels a little bit more just a little safer from the older kids, so to speak. There is a family sanctuary in that space too for nursing mothers, or just folks who kind of need a timeout, and in a restroom in that space. So that's really, some exhibits that definitely gear toward those younger ages. But then you look at some of our more STEM-based exhibits, like the Science of Skateboarding and the Take Flight exhibit, and they definitely appeal to the kids on the higher end of that range. And then, of course, the sweet spot is kind of that probably pre-K to, second, third, fourth grade, where the grocery shopping, the pizzeria, the children's hospital, the free play in our theater space, which we call Coral Cove now. You just see kids just loving that, or doing the mail from the post office to the different exhibits. So it's all over the map. And one of the things that amazes me, Carol, is always you think you have it figured out. Oh, this exhibit, like I just said, this exhibit is geared toward this age. But when you see kids engaging in those exhibits, you don't know necessarily how they're going to play. It's all very imaginative, and it's free play, and it's informal play. And so to see them finding new ways to play in those exhibits is really gratifying.
Well, we've got to talk a little bit. You're doing a reopening of the City Money exhibit.
Yes, yes.
Because you're always updating. You're always looking for, you know, the next best thing for the next generation.
There's certainly folks that think we don't do enough of that. I feel like we do a lot of that, and it is certainly several times a year that we're doing some updates, whether it's a full, it's not always a full new exhibit, but maybe a really intense refresh. We've done a couple of those since I've been there just this past year. But yes, the City Money exhibit was built originally in 2011, so it was just about 8-9 years old. And it was in need of a refresh. So we have a lot of new interactive elements, a lot of things that were just spruced up, but it is fabulous. And so it reopened on that 20th anniversary day recently, and Green State Credit Union helped make that possible, and so we're really grateful to them. But the reviews have been very positive so far, and kids are just having a great time in that exhibit.
So after the madness and the craziness of the holidays died down, let's talk about 2020. And I see the museum has voted best for birthday parties, which I never would have imagined. That's a great thing to say. So let's talk birthdays.
Yeah. So our friends at Locals Love Us have we've gotten 3 first place awards in that pretty consistently over the past several years, and one of those is birthday parties. And we're really proud of that because there are a lot of places that families can choose to do birthday parties, and we just feel like ours is great. We say it's a piece of cake for parents. You know, it's a little cheesy, but we think it's good. And so really the idea is everything is built in. So we do the cake, we do the lemonade, we do supervised play in the exhibits, and it's just it's kind of a turnkey birthday party. And so we think t-shirts for the kids, and we can do themed parties, or we can just do a straight, ICM, regular birthday party. And so a lot of options there. It's affordable, and it's just a great way, I think, for the parents to have a stress-free, hassle-free party, because it can be very stressful. And
Absolutely.
It seems like I know you understand this, and we both have kids, and it's like every year it seems like the keep up in the ante. Like it's got to be bigger and better, and what are we going to do this year? Exactly. And so I think that's a real advantage that we have, and that we've got this unique space, but then we make it really easy. And we have party pals that are assigned, so those are our playologists who are trained to do birthday parties, and so they really understand how to make it great and fun, and we think it is that.
How do we book?
It's all online. That's the other great thing, is you can just totally do it all online. So we're talking about gift cards earlier, and memberships, and booking birthday parties. The ICM.org has all of that information, and it's super easy, super fast, and I think it's what people are accustomed to being able to do. So we're grateful that we can have that interface, that people can do all those things online, whether it be at the holidays or looking ahead to those birthday parties in the new year.
We've got to reiterate again those gift parties, the gift cards. It's the holidays.
Indeed.
What would be an easy gift for a member of the family, a grandparent?
We think it's perfect. So the gift card, of course, can be used for admissions. It can be used in our think tank toy store as well, which is another great thing to talk about. So we'll have some special discounts around the holidays. So if people are seeing this show and thinking, gosh, that would be a great opportunity. Coralville is very centrally located in the region here, so I hope people will think about that as an option. And the other great thing about that is we are a nonprofit, and I think sometimes people forget that. So when you think about, well, at the holidays I want to think about charitable giving, but I want to think about gift giving that makes a difference. That does make a difference for us. So you come shop at our toy store, or you buy a gift membership, or you buy a gift card for someone that they can then use at the museum. That's a great benefit for us, and it just helps us sustain our operations and continue to update those exhibits, which I know people are always excited about us doing. So the more sustainable we are, the more people are supporting us in a variety of ways, the better we're able to do, and the more essential we are as a community provider.
Looking to launch something in January. There's a new initiative, Arts Smart. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we're really excited about Arts Smart. So this was funded in part by our friends at the Community Foundation of Johnson County, which is just a wonderful organization. It's been a great partner of ours for many years, as they are with many organizations in the area. And so really this is all about enhancing what we're doing in arts and culture. So we've been really focused on STEM-based programming and exhibits over the past several years, which is fantastic. And I think that really shows when you come through the museum and see what we're up to. We'd really like to kind of not shift, but really augment that with an increased emphasis on arts and culture. So what we're doing in that regard is a performance series in our Coral Cove theater space that we were just talking about earlier. And that's really going to be not just not just the standard singer-songwriter like me. That's my, as I think kind of away from work. I love doing that, and that's great. But we want to get really unique kind of arts experiences in that space, and a variety of different types of performers that come in on a Saturday or a Sunday and expose our visitors to just really unique arts happenings, but also in a very interactive way. So it's not just a performance, it is a performance and an engagement of kids in that way and families. And then that would be followed by some sort of art activity in our art studio that really relates to that performance in some way or is tied to it in some special way. So we're going to do 4 of those in the new year thanks to that funding, and then we're also going to do an artist in residence program in our art studio where we have a local artist or a regional artist come in and have studio hours where they can work with kids and their families, and then also contribute a lasting piece to the museum, whether that be a mural or a sculpture or something else that we just feel is really suited to that artist's gifts, but it's something that's going to benefit our visitors in the long term.
Is that all incorporated into that daily admission, or is this something separate you have to buy a ticket for?
Great question. It would all be incorporated into the daily admission, or if you're a member, obviously it's always free. So yeah, that's just a value add.
As an artist or someone that might want to help this cause, is there a way that they can get involved?
Yes, yeah. So I'd say if they just reach out to me at my email address, which I'm sure is will pop up on the screen at any moment here. There's the website there, but jcaps@theicm.org. If they just let me know, that would be a great way to get involved. And yeah, so we're really looking to just launch this in 2020, but we hope that that's something that's sustainable in years to come, because we feel like if you look at our 5 learning initiatives, arts and culture is a big one for us. And so how can we continue to enhance that and make that an important part of what we're doing?
So then let's turn after January. We've got another thing that you are, it's I guess year after year, is your gala. Let's talk about that coming up in February.
So like a lot of organizations, we have a gala. It's February 28th of 2020 in Coralville at the Marriott. But we put a twist on it. It's called the Celebrate Play Gala. And so it's really, there are games. And so it's very much in line with our mission, playing to learn. And we believe that you're never too old to play. And so we want people to come and have a great time as they would at any gala and spend a bunch of money, but we want them to play.
Adults night out, though.
That's right.
So we can still play without the kids.
Yes, we want them to come and play with us.
Tell us a little bit about that night, how the cost, and I guess how you can get a ticket.
Sure. So it's $100 a ticket, and those are not quite available on our website, but they will be available on our website, or they can email me and I can certainly sell them a ticket right away. We also have table sponsorships that are $1,250, so 10 people at the table plus a little bit of an extra sponsorship there. There are other sponsorship opportunities available. So it's a great evening, and I think people always feel like they definitely get their money's worth, and it's of course supporting a great cause, we believe.
Let's talk a little bit about, you've got a new unique project involving downtown Iowa City.
Yes.
Talk to us about that.
Yes, so working title on that is called the Literary Labyrinth, and this is kind of breaking news. We're working with the Graduate Hotel in their pool space, so there's not water in the pool, and we're going to build an exhibit in that pool.
Cool.
And it's all kind of tied around the Iowa City of Literature concept, and we want it to be, I keep saying immersive, it's a little bit punny, but not submersive,
You're
but
not jumping
immersive,
in, right?
yes. And so we're really excited about it. So it's going to be really kind of paying homage to local and statewide artists and authors, and it's going to be a free community-based exhibit, so it's just there for everybody, not just hotel guests. It is really intended to just be an all-seasons attraction for folks coming to downtown Iowa City. And so we're really excited about it. The details are still kind of coming together, but we're planning to open that in the spring of 2020. So stay alert for that. We're very excited.
Is there ways the community can get involved in that project as well?
Absolutely. So we're looking for folks to, of course, support it financially and sponsor it, but also we're looking for local artists that would be willing to come help us with muraling or even construction aspects. We're going to be printing an exhibit guide. It's going to be a self-guided kind of thing, and so there certainly would be an opportunity for folks who would be inclined to help us just think through what are the objectives of that? How do we want to communicate that to the community and make it just a huge value for the community? So a lot of ways that people could get involved in that.
Well, we've talked a lot today about much going on.
Yes,
and
it went fast though.
And it's not just inside the walls of the Coral Ridge Mall. The museum really is taking in another direction, so that's exciting. Tell us about where's the easiest way that somebody could just start the journey with the Iowa Children's Museum? Sure.
So I guess the first thing to say is we have a really cool virtual tour on our website. So if you want to just check it out, it's theicm.org, and it's a virtual tour where you can actually walk through the museum. So we're super excited about that. That's relatively new. So that would be a great place for people to go and learn about all these things that we've talked about today. So really appreciate the opportunity to discuss it. Awesome. It's always a pleasure. Thanks, so much for joining us. Likewise, thanks. This has been Mediacom News Leaders, your opportunity to get the full story from the most reliable sources exclusively on Mediacom News Leaders.